Is DP with Alpha Traders, as we do every single Sunday. We come at you with our top five and then some. Again, always, you guys can check out the link to our website, alphatraders.com, right here. And of course, our Twitter is here. So shout us out. It's going to be a big 2 weeks. Big 2 weeks. Tech run. Come join us. Come be a part of what we're doing. This community is amazing. We got some people making, one guy told me that he bought a whole house cash because of the plays that we had. People just making money left and right, and it's been great to see people succeed. So, there's some people think there's a magic potion, like you have to chart and you have to do this. And it's like, that's not actually the truth. It's a combination of all these things, and then some common sense and really understanding the flow of where the money is going. I mean, that's the key to pretty much everything. And you can make money in this market up or down right now. Like, this isn't a year ago where it was just straight up and bears were just getting slaughtered every time. There's always opportunities, and there's a big opportunity for bulls, in my opinion, the next couple weeks. So let's dive in. So let's start with indexes, as we always do. SPY, very simple. Rejected here. We had talked about this in the mid-session analysis on Wednesday, that we were, how do we approach this green, the huge megaphone trend line from the COVID lows and the pre-COVID highs. And we've been playing in this trend, and we've kind of lost it. And we've just been playing with the trend line this entire time, as you can see from the red and green circles every time we cross it. And I've kept it on there because I think it's really important. If we reclaim this, I think it's a big boon, and I think we start really going. But you got to think that it has to reclaim 425.89, 426. Has to get a daily close back in this box. If we get that and it doesn't fake break down, to me, I think that next day, whenever that is a monster move to 429. I think 429 is a big number. I've seen some people talk about once it clears 425, we're going to get to 427, which that could happen, yeah. I actually like this number a lot better, 424.63. Just that previous, what was this, Thursday's high, I just really liked this was an inside day, even though it was a blue raindrop. I really liked that it was an inside day. So looking forward to getting back in this megaphone and running our way back up, and then this huge support resistance flip right here. Whenever that does happen, we're going to be able to run up, and then we'll see if we still have 0% interest rates, and we don't have any talk of taper, or Fed is saying we're not ready to taper on the QE. Then I expect this ascending triangle to bust up, ultimately 445 target, maybe 450 if it wants to get saucy. 450, these indexes, when it breaks up, it could pitter patter, get all the way up and then test it down. Everybody's like, we'll probably say world's crashing, everything's crashing, it's going to get really, really tight. People are like, don't know where it's going. And in this market, as long as we have 0% interest rates and we have no taper on the QE, to me, this means up. And this whenever this line breaks up, it is going to be such a monster breakout. The heavens will rise, and it will be the apex of this bull market. So like I was saying, super easy levels, 424.63, get over that. If we gap up over that tomorrow, I really like it up to 425.68. I don't think it's going to have enough juice tomorrow to get through. It could even get 426. I don't know that we'll have enough juice to get through, because it is OPEX and they're going to try to come after your money. So if you get too bullish, they're going to pull it back down, back to the retest of 424.63, the break of that. So for me, I'm playing it as cut some of the SPY calls we have for Monday into the gap up, and then we're going to buy some puts just for scalping, get 20-30% on that bullish retest, and then we'll buy this again to pop back up. Next up, the Qs. Qs are carrying this market right now. Also, small caps are participating some, and that's helping, but really tech is really coming along here. Again, you can see this megaphone. It's the same type of thing in SPY. Huge megaphone we've been playing in, and we actually lost it. And there were a lot of people down here saying we're about to crash, and I still don't understand why people don't think. I will tell you guys right now, anybody that tells you we're going to crash tomorrow, this week, next week, in a month, 6 weeks is an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how you either A, sub to them or listen to them, period, because you can't drop that hard with 0% interest rates and QE at full blast still. It's almost near impossible. Just play the trend. There's been people that I've read that are like, they've been following these guys who are perma bears and just getting smoked the last 2 years. And I'm just like, ugh. So don't be that guy. Understand the market. Understand your bias. Don't have one. Really just play this. But Qs look really good. Over 342.80. All-time highs. I mean, this thing's got, look how much run. Look at this. This thing has 366. And it may not be this week. I'm not saying that, but I'm going to say over the next probably 4 weeks to 5 weeks, we're probably going to get to here. Possibly we get to 367. Heck, we could get to 372. Like, this is a monster run we're about to get to. I think we get OPEX out of the way, and I think we really, really run it. And I'm not trying to oversensitize it or anything, but this is, I don't know if this gets any cleaner. We had our pullbacks. We had our dips. They ripped back up. Found resistance here, got to all-time highs and poofed back down, but it's a higher low along this trend line. Reclaimed the megaphone, tested it again, fake break and pop. I mean, to me, this screams bullishness. I don't see where the huge weakness is that's going to fall right through and collapse to the 200-day at 307. I just don't see it yet. Looking to open some swings in the Qs, probably for about 3-4 weeks out. Probably looking at the 350s. Probably 350s a couple weeks out. IWM participating very well. It kind of looks like Amazon in the sense of this huge channel in Netflix. Remember how these huge channels are? And NVIDIA had before the stock split breakout. So I'm not focused on small caps, but it is good to know that they're participating. They look fine. It's has cloud support on the 8-day. Like, it's sitting there fine. I wouldn't be worried about this at all. Breakout at 234.52, but I expect it to kind of hang around all-time highs this week. Apple, I put it on last week. If you guys watched the top 5, I put it on last week, and it had a really solid week in terms of it had a good play up, and then it consolidated out of the bull flag. I'm actually looking at this to be about 148, maybe 150 in the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think Apple's going to have a really good run. It usually does. We're layered already in the 135s for July 16th, and I believe we also have the 328s off the top of my head for end of June. So we're pretty layered in. I'm actually thinking about adding a layer this week if it wants to retest the 8-day here around 126.50. I'm actually thinking about adding another layer of swings on Apple, but I mean, it's 128.46 gets you 130, 129.76, and then you get 130, 126. I think this thing's ready for a monster breakout. Roku has been my favorite ever since this earnings move right here that we caught, because I mean we caught the bottom. We literally caught the bottom. I think we bought it at 283 before the gap or so. The earnings were here. Yeah, earnings were here. And it just gapped up the next day and just ran. So we made some more good money. Roku's I'm able to read Roku really well lately. Feels really good to have a really solid tech options play where you can you get some IV, you have some volume, and at the end of the day the price is high enough to where your premiums are higher than if you're playing XPEV or Neo, which is nothing wrong with that. But I like the higher premiums. They're a little bit easier for me to read personally. So some people are saying get through 352, which was the high from Friday, which is fine. We actually bought some here at 344, 345. Bought the 350s for next week. That we actually bought the lottos and we sold them all when it got to like 350, 351. And then when it dropped again, we bought the 350s for next week. Or the 355s, I'm sorry, for next week, because I was expecting this 357 to be the next target up. So love Roku. Every dip here for me is a buy. I think it double bottomed, and then once it did that off the earnings, now you see the higher lows. Held this support here at 323. I don't see it doing this and popping. I don't see that. I actually see this going here, and then once it breaks here, it'll go back to 377.50. Actually thinking about a swing on Roku as well to 370, 716 370s, but we'll wait and see. I kind of like playing Roku weekly because you get such good movement on it. NVIDIA, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I told you guys this was absolutely bullish. The stock splits on these huge names are just like Tesla and Apple. I mean, it's about damn time that it did that. And you know, we're sitting in. If you followed me on this, we bought it on the 2nd of June, I believe. No. Can't remember the exact day. All I know is that we bought it for 605. We bought the 625s for June 28th. I'm sorry, June OPEX, which is this week, this 18th. Bought them for 605. They are currently 88 and looking to get and have 25% of the position left. Took half off between $25 and $39 because I wanted the trade to be free. So we took half off, guaranteed our profits, and let the runners run, and the runners ran. And took 25% off here at 70. I think it was 10ish, 709. I think it was $70 it was at, or 72, and then letting the other 25% run. I'm letting them run this week. I think NVIDIA sees 730 this week. I really do. I think this is just going to be a continuous ripper. This is breaking out of the bull flag. Friday was, good volume. Any pullback. And one little trick on NVIDIA I want to show you guys really quick. I wanted to show you this on the 10-minute. So something interesting on NVIDIA that I've noticed that I've been buying against. See this 10-minute 200? It's not just the 10-minute 200. I shouldn't say that. But every morning, no matter what, they sell this thing in the first 30 minutes. There it is there. Runs up, and then they sell it. First 30 minutes again. Where's it at? Run up, gapped up. They ran it up, and then they sold it. First 30 minutes. So what's this one? What do you know? 1040. So they ran it up, sold it off. And this has been a consistent thing. If you look at this, let me move the cursor here. The only time it didn't was here. This is your gap up and go. This was the only time it didn't. So to me, if it gets into this bull flag, it's breaking out now. So I wouldn't play that type of thing. But once it breaks out of this bull flag here, on the 65 minute, you're really looking at it'd be about 7:30, and then it'll flag again. It may sell off at that point. We'll see. But I think this thing's just a monster. I think it's going to keep going until the split, and then we can short the split. Sell the news. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I don't know where everybody was on Monday. I said on Monday, I told our members, Zoom looks great. I told them that this past weekend. I said, I really like Zoom. I think we're going to buy some Zoom. So there's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday, or Tuesday, Monday. We bought it here at 332. Bought some more here right at the break of the daily 200. I said this was a big line. Broke all the way up, sold a little bit, got the position free, popped back down. We bought a little bit more. Once it hit this 200, it dropped down, and then it ran off this. Once you said it didn't break down off this 200 EMA, this is one of my favorite plays in the whole world. Daily 200s, and I like daily 200s for swings. I like 65-minute 100s for weekly, bi-weekly, but I really like the 10-minute 200 EMAs off for, scalping and things like that. Again, Zoom, just a runner. I expect it to flag here this week. We'll see how it goes. We actually have the 375s, I'm sorry, the 380s for July 16th, and we've already sold half at 120%. So now we're sitting in a guaranteed profit, no worries, no stress. We can let this thing play out, see where it wants to go. I have an ultimate target of 400 here. I think it gets to 400 and it stops. But Zoom's been awesome. When you play it right, you play it right. So all you chartists and expert chartists out there, you're going to see this huge cup and handle that is formed now on the daily for Amat. This is a perfect buying opportunity tomorrow, in my opinion. I think anything, if it drops, if it tests the low here of the day at 135.23, I don't think it will. I think it's going to gap up tomorrow. It'll be at 137.50, somewhere in there. I'm going to wait the first hour and a half, see if it comes back. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am looking at the 139s for this week. Also looking at the 140s for 3 weeks out and 145s. That's the all-time high for July 16th. So we made a ton of money on Amat last time around on the swing. On this move here, made a ton of money here. We let it go. It dropped off, popped off the 100, and then here we are. I really like Amat running with NVIDIA. GameStop, we bought the literal local bottom here. About 207, 208, we bought it at 212 because I wanted to confirm bounce and it hit the cloud. We bought the 250s for this week. We sold half at about 50%. You want to lock in some profits, especially on something like GameStop that they'll want to sell. But nice little gap fill it has up here. This is a big thing. You get over 241. Whoo, that's a good 40-point move for you right there, and there's not a lot. This is just consolidation here on the way up, and then they drop that thing. So this gap here to fill is pretty beautiful. I'm actually, if there's a dip on GameStop, I'm going to be looking to get back into it with another position. AMC totally burned me this week, I will be honest with you. I got too overzealous with it. I made $90,000 going up. That for you guys can see, and then I kept playing it. It would pop and I'd play it for the breakout and it would drop. So it dropped to the cloud. It bounced off 40. I'm actually looking for this. It gets over 49.60. It peeked its head over, and if you look on the 65 minute, you can see the overlay. I love the overlays on TrendSpider. Absolutely love the overlays. You can see it got right up to there. Literally right there. But get above 50, this thing runs. You got at least, I would say $5 at least. And if it really wants to burn some shorts, you can get to 60, 62 again. Possibly up to 72. We'll see. XPEV, XPV, XPeng, however you want to say it. Super. This is not hard. You get over 41.77. You can see it on the 65-minute chart. Over 41.77, this thing's really got some legs. You have to go to the daily to get some levels. I mean, you're looking at 47 on this. I mean, XPV could really move this week. It does have a volume shelf, so there's a lot of supply here at 43. But I wouldn't mind playing the 42s this week, and I'm sure there'll be a buck, maybe a buck 20. And, we'll see how the gap up does tomorrow. Last one, Airbnb, love it. I love curling tails like this on charts. I really do. I love curling tails. This thing, they tried to push it down some more and they didn't. We bought our swings back here. We're negative on them right now, which is fine, but because we bought them for our layers for July 16th. So we're sitting on 150s, 155s, and 160s on Airbnb. So there you have it. I hope this helps you guys. Hope this puts you out there a little more. I'm trying to put out more content for you guys. I'm trying to do the midday for everybody, for free. I want you guys to be successful as well. But please don't hesitate. We have a great community, a great group of people throwing ideas out at each other the whole time. I'm in there talking all the time. People probably get tired of me talking. I talk so much. But I'm always pushing things and letting you guys know of ideas and things that you see, and people are always throwing things at me, which is amazing, and it's just great. And want you guys to join. Again, here on the screen, you guys see alphatraders.com. We have a full-time sub, and we have an SMS scalping system. Pretty much I throw all my scalps, all my entries, all my exits that I do literally in real time As soon as I type it in Discord, it gets sent to you on your phone in a text. You get to see exactly what it is, and then also our full-time subs get that as a part of their package. So would really love to have you guys here at alphatraders.com. Check us out at Alpha Traders Inc. Hit me up, message, whatever you guys need to do. Been great. We'll see you guys this week.